Our restorative, this is not restorative mobility, this is our functional conditioning class. Okay, so we'll be working out. Goal for today is to be active with some of the smaller muscle groups. So biceps, triceps, calf muscles. We'll get on the floor eventually to work on some quadruped position exercises. So fire hydrants, donkey kicks, straight leg raises. So just to work on that lower back too. So there's a lot of little muscles around our hip area, so we want to touch base on those. But yeah, nothing too intense or aggressive, nothing really heart pumping. But yeah, just be mindful with that. Okay, so to start off, we're gonna go ahead. Oops, I need a new phone holder here. We're gonna start with some reverse. What do we have? Some halos. Okay, so for our halos, if you remember those, we're just going to be kneeling down on the floor. Okay, we're skipping through the warm-up right now, but if you do need a warm-up, feel free to stop the video and just do a couple minutes here. But we'll start here, and then we're going to go ahead and go diagonally. Okay, so this is working out, stretching our core, our torso, our oblique muscles. Just going opposite from here to here. Oof. This garage warmed up about like 5 degrees in the last 10 minutes. It seems like. Where is it? So we're doing about 12 to 15 of these. Set that down. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and switch. Okay, so we'll start here on diagonal, back. I'm gonna go for 12, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, very good. Alright, just recover a little bit. We could do many of these actually through a kneeling position. So we're gonna do 2 rounds, okay? So this next one that we're gonna do is gonna be a Poliquin lateral raise. So we're gonna have our dumbbells at our side, hammer curl, flare the elbows up, and then extend at the elbows and come back. Okay, we're gonna go for 10 of those. Get ready. I didn't think I was gonna turn on my fan this early, but the weather took a turn real quick. Okay, so we're here kneeling, Poliquin lateral raise. So up, here, extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going for 12. We're on week 8. Should be stronger than we were at week 1 and down. Okay, very good. Since we're already kind of down here, kneeling position, what I'm going to ask you to do, we're just going to turn this into a giant set, so 3 exercises. So our third and final movement for this set, again, we're going to do this superset twice. Okay, so we're going to go with donkey kicks. Okay, so we're going to be on our floors. So your wrists right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips, and we're going to go donkey kicks. So remember, right foot first. We're doing 12 on each leg, and you bring that up towards the ceiling and then back down. So remember, it's not a kick back, it's up. Okay, so keep your head down so we don't hurt our neck. And begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And go ahead and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, give yourself a little bit of a rest. We're gonna go about a minute rest right now. We're gonna go back into our kneeled oblique wood choppers and then follow on with the rest of the set. Just stretch. Make sure you're hydrating, even if the weather is getting a little bit cooler. Remember, don't just hydrate. So the moment you start feeling thirsty, by then you might be dehydrated already. So that reminds me, I gotta drink some water. All right, and we'll continue. So again, right knee is bent in front of us. Hold in here and begin 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more. Oof. Morning, Elam. 11, and 12.
Good morning. It was not letting me log in.
Oh, weird.
I have to reset password again and do everything.
Oh, wow. For Canvas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Did
Yeah,
anyone
but
else?
I'm in now.
Yeah. Welcome. So you haven't missed much. So we're doing our wood choppers here. So if you have your dumbbell, we'll be kneeling. Let's go 12 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. 30 seconds rest. We're going to go into our lateral, Politan lateral raises. Okay. Grab those dumbbells. And begin. So hammer curl, elbows up, extend. 1. We're doing 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more. 11 and 12. Alright. We have our donkey kicks next. Okay, so just rest your arms a little bit. They will be supporting us right now. Okay. So head down. Wrists below your shoulders, knees below your hips. And 12 on each side. So straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. When you're ready, switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. Awesome. Alrighty. So let's take our 1 minute rest. We're gonna move on to our next set. So the next set, we're gonna go ahead and be upright on our feet. Okay, so we'll do one kneeling, upright, and then the last set might be on the chair, and then also on the floor. So, okay, so this next set, we're gonna go ahead and do upright raises. Right here, that's gonna target your shoulder and your upper back. You have those. Then we're gonna go ahead and do our chair squats. So again, no support, either here or one-legged, extended, or just a little bit ahead. We're coming up. Okay, so we're gonna do those two, and then so we could target the triceps. We'll go ahead and do overhead tricep extensions. Okay, so working on those muscle groups for this next superset or giant set. All right, so let's get on your feet. We're doing 2 rounds of those. So we're here and begin. So 1, doing 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Those go down. We have our one-legged chair squats. Next. Oof. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do our 8 regular, 8 right leg extended, and then 8 left leg extended. Okay, so our regular here, no hands, come up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Our next 8 are going to be with our right leg extended. Okay. It's going to focus mainly on that left leg strength. Okay. So right leg extended. So remember, you could extend fully, or bring it in, or you could even elevate if you're a little bit more advanced. And so we're here, and remember 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Next is going to be our left leg extended. Working on that right leg. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Why did we do 10 there? Meant to stop at 8. My bad. So our next one's gonna be our tricep extension. So remember, you could have a dumbbell in each hand if you like. If that's too heavy, you could just have one dumbbell and share that with both hands. But we do want to keep the elbows in, tucked in. We don't want them to flare out. Otherwise, it just becomes more of like a shoulder stabilizing exercise. And we're really trying to focus on the triceps. So that's why we want them inside and working them up. Because otherwise, you could kind of raise that dumbbell up by extending at your shoulders. But that's not what we're trying to do with this one. Okay? So, alright. Dumbbells over your head, elbows in, and extend. So make sure you don't drop that dumbbell on your upper back or on your neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, so we get our 1 minute rest, so feel free to grab some water. We're gonna go back to our upright rows. Grab some water. And get ready for that second set. Okay. Alright, upright rows. Here we go, grab your dumbbells. Remember 12 of these. So just straight up. 1. Fully extend all the way down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This one. Alright. next is our single leg. Okay. Well, we'll start with our regular, okay? So, alright, we're feeling good. Let's go ahead and do 8 of each, so no hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. So a little bit of a break. Again, tomorrow's class, we'll meet again at 9. We'll probably do a little bit more of like the heavier lifting. So more squats, lunges, push-ups, bent over rows, some that require the larger muscle groups. So let's go ahead and fully extend and begin. 1, we're doing 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. I'm going to switch. Left leg. Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good work. Alright, we're going to go ahead, both dumbbells at our side, and start with our tricep overhead extensions. And over here. You go ahead and begin. So tuck in those elbows and begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it again. So we stopped at 8. Always count past that. So that was our second giant set. Okay. Alright, so next we're gonna do our standing set, and that's gonna require us to do some calf raises reach, which is when we try to get this one, we do need an open wall because we're gonna be doing some open wall movements. So what I want you to do is have a wall that's clear. You're gonna reach with your hands and lift with your heels. It's almost if you're trying to reach something on the top shelf, or you can't just reach quite naturally. You gotta extend. So we're gonna reach for that. Okay. Next movement, we're gonna do our seated, our wall sit. So again, use that open wall. I'm not gonna use this one because this is not consistent, but you could just be down here and lean up against it. It's gonna be, working your legs for that one. And then the next movement I want you to do is gonna be, this is gonna be a calf raise or a heel raise squat here. So feet are together and you're leaning up against the wall. Heels are raised, and then you're just gonna go slightly down and then up. Okay, that's gonna target the quads. So, and just go as low as you can. We don't want pain, of course, but the lower you go, the more of a stretch it's gonna get. So, we have those 3 movements. Okay. All right, and for this one, we really don't need any equipment, just that clear wall. Okay, so let's do 12 of each, and then for the wall set, we'll count for 30 seconds. Ready? And begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. It's a nice stretch for the calves. All right. Next is just an eccentric wall sit. So we're just gonna sit up against the wall. Legs might shake a little bit for that one. Okay, so that one's for 30 seconds. So let's find that wall. We'll begin right now. And 3, 2, 1, go. We're sitting, wall sit, 30 seconds. Ten seconds in. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise. That one's always going to burn right above the knees. And to make those knees burn a little bit more, we're going to add these raises here. So I'll give you two options actually. So it's either going to help out your calves or your quads. So if you want to target your quads, the front part of your thighs, again, you're off your heels and then drop down and then back. Okay, so you see I'm kneeling and extending here. Okay, or if you want to work on your calves a little bit more, this option you have available too. We're gonna bend our knees and then do heel raises like that. Okay, so by bending the knees, you're getting a light stretch already, and by doing the heel raises, now you're lengthening and contracting them. So, so if you want to work out your calves, do the bent knee calf raises, and if you want to work on your quads, then you do the heel close stand squats. Okay, all right. So regardless, we're gonna do 12 of those. I'm gonna go with the calf raises just because my calves, I've noticed they've gotten a little bit tighter. So I'm gonna bend at the knees and raise to the heels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Okay, that's our first set. Let's take a quick 2-minute rest, grab some water. If you need to use the restroom, we'll regroup in 2 minutes. Alrighty, we are back. As we are working on that last set, again we're doing our reach calf raises, our wall sits, and our 2 options of our lower legs with the support of a wall. Okay, so again, 12 calf raises with the reach. So the reach, extend your arms over your head and begin calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Felt the calves fatiguing a little bit on that one. Once you've done your 12, let's go ahead and do our wall sit. So find that open wall. We'll start in 20 seconds. Ten seconds, we'll get going. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. 30 seconds, wall sits. Ten seconds in. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Alright, and then here we go with our knee bend calf raises or our heel raise close stand squats. Okay, so whichever you want. This time for the second round, I'm going to go with the close stand squats. So I'm going to raise my heels. And again, doing 12, so I'm going to drop my knees down and up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright. Okay, and for our final set, we're going to be on the floor. We have a few movements here. Just because we're on the floor doesn't mean these are easy, but usually these are some that don't require too much demand from your lungs. Sometimes they do, but we're going to start off with our fire hydrants. So kneeling, quadruped position, wrists below your shoulders, knees below your hips. We're going to raise that leg up and down. Do that on the other side as well. Okay, and then for our upper back, we're going to do our W's to Y's. So that's when we're belly down, elbows come in, and then elbows extend. Okay, so your legs could be resting and your upper body, your chest is off the ground slightly. It's mainly your shoulders. Okay, and then we'll finish off with Jane Fonda's at our sides. Okay? Alright. So if we're ready, let's go with the fire hydrant. So we're doing 8 on each leg. Let's go ahead and begin. So raise 1, 2, keep your head down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Left leg, ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, then we drop down to our prone position, belly down, legs are resting, arms are extended. Tuck in those elbows to your side and extend. We're doing 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Alright. So I'll give 2 options for this one. I like having options just in case everyone has different goals. So I'll give you the option to do Jane Fonda's here, or you could do hip dips. So hip dips, you're resting on your ankle, your knee, and your forearm here, and you could lift your hip up and down. Okay, so hip comes off the mat and then back down. So I'm good with either these here or hip dips, so up to you, okay? Alright, I'm gonna go with the hip dips. So if you're doing hip dips or Jane Fonda's, let's do 10. 10 on each side. Ready? And begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Definitely works the core a little bit more. Felt it right above my hip joint. Right, so Jane Fonda's or hip dips, and begin. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, this is where we take about a minute, just rest. We're gonna go back to the fire hydrants, do that whole circuit one more time, and we should be good for today. So probably got a little bit more in because we skipped the initial warm-up, so got a few more sets in. So I don't mind if you don't mind. Almost there. How's everyone doing?
We don't know.
What was that?
Good, good.
Good?
We
Okay.
don't mind. Ramon doesn't mind.
Ramon doesn't like. Oh, Ramon. I think Ramon likes walking more than exercise, huh? That's okay. Alright, let's go for our last set. Wrists below your shoulders, knees below your hips, and begin. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, we got our prone W's to Y's, belly down. Nice little stretch before we start. Suck in those elbows in to the W and extend at the Y. So we're doing 8. Extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna go with the Jane Fonda's on the second set, just so I can benefit from both movements. And again, you could always do the hip dips if you wish. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll switch. Let's do the other side. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alrighty. Very good. We'll do a little bit of a stretch here. So before we head out, for our stretch, let's kind of, instead of having our toes here, let's have top part of our feet flat, and then we're gonna just come back and sit on our heels. So this is gonna stretch out the front tendons, little muscles on the top part of your foot. Also your anterior tibialis, the muscles that run on the front part of your lower leg. Just hang out, sit here. So yeah, so for this class tomorrow, we will have some of our more traditional strength and conditioning exercises. Just want to go a little bit lighter because those of you that are with me on Thursday, well yeah, we went heavier on Tuesday, Thursday, so we don't want to just go heavy every time. So today was that easier day. So now we're going to tuck in our toes underneath. So now you can see we're sitting more on our heels and our arches are exposed. They're not tucked in. And that's going to stretch out our arches, which I've been dealing with a little bit of pain over the last few days. I think I was just running too much on sidewalk and cement. So that tends to be a little bit more compact, surface. So that puts a little bit more pressure on the foot. When you run on trails or on dirt or even asphalt, like a bike path, I know it's less safe. For sure it's less safe on the asphalt, but with traffic and stuff, but it is softer. And come up. So usually if I run on the asphalt, like on the street, it's usually like in a business center on the weekends when there's like no cars and it just tends to be a little bit softer than the sidewalk. But if there's traffic, I stay on the sidewalk. Yeah, so hopefully everyone had a good session. Thanks for joining and appreciate everyone being here. Any questions before we head out?
Thank you. See you tomorrow at 8.
Yes, for our first class, we'll be at 8. Yep.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Have a good Friday.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Julio.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Gracias.